Hello friend, you're welcome to this training. I had earlier done a training on Excel for beginners. And then based on the feedback, I want to do something quickly in response to one of the feedbacks I got from someone who watched that video. If you have not watched that, please refer back to that video. The link is provided in the description of this video, or you check the comment box. I've dropped the link there. Now what we want to do is to see how to join different sheets in Excel. Excel is such a powerful tool that you can use it to do so many things. Here we are on sheet 1. All right, you can actually create several sheets by clicking on this plus sign to create additional sheets. So I click on it, I've created sheets. Now because of what I had done earlier, it picked sheet 7, sheet 8, sheet 9. All right, if I hadn't done something here and I opened this, it would have been counting from 1, 2, 3. But you can actually rename your sheet. Okay, so let me name this sheet Monday. All right, and then to rename, you can double click on any sheet. Tuesday, Wednesday, permit me to use abbreviation here. Thursday, and then Friday. You can name it anything you want, or you double click on that name, the sheet name, and click rename, and then the sheet's name will change. Okay, so that's how to rename your sheet. Then let's create another one called total, and then you can move your sheet. You see it's here, I can move it after Friday. All right, I right click and rename. Let's call it week total. Let's assume that we actually have 3 centers where we do business, and for each of the days, Monday to Friday, there are cash flows. So let's look at this and say, okay, these are centers. These are centers, and then this is cash flow. So from the centers, center 1, let me even assume that we have up to 10 centers, right? This is center 1, and then center 2, then center 3. Once you do this kind of thing, the system is quite intelligent to read what you are doing. If you highlight it and then move your cursor to a point where it becomes tiny plus, if outside there is big plus, to a time where it becomes tiny plus, if I drag it down, it can keep counting until where you want to stop. So this is up to 10 centers. Okay, I had shown earlier how to generate random numbers. So let's assume that our cash flow is actually in dollars. Okay, and then for center 1, how much was generated on Monday? This is sheet for Monday. Now, okay, now we have designed this, I can actually copy this and put on each of the weeks. You see, Tuesday, each of the weekday, Wednesday, I copy it, and then Control C, I paste. Now, for total, my interest is to now create what happens in each of them. Okay, so here we could now have Monday. How do you want it? Let's put it let's put here day. All right, and then let's put total for the week. Okay, total for the day. All right, and then what we need here is to now put Monday. Then we have Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. All right, and then we want our total to appear here. Okay, is that clear enough? So what will be appearing here will be total for the week from all our say grand total, right? For all the businesses we have done during the week. Now, what we want here, so somewhere here, we will be getting our total for the day. Okay, now permit me to just copy it and put it here also for each of them. Total for each of the days. Okay, beautiful. We are done with that. And then the next thing is to have this total. Now this total, even though I've not got any value here, I can actually do a summation for this total. I highlighted that space and put bold letter Control B to make it bold. Now I can highlight all of this, and this is what I want, and drag it to a point. This is where I want the total to be. And then I can do a summation. It says summation sign here. I'll click sum. Okay. Now the system is thinking that I'm actually looking at the first one. So let me not use that method. The method I want to use is to add up this stuff. This total is actually summation. Okay. Then I open a bracket. What are the numbers that will come here? I decided to highlight this up to this point and close it. Either I highlight it or I will use B, which is here. B2 is this cell. I treated the issue of cell. And then the last one is B11. You know, this is the 11. Then, so this is actually summation of B2 through B11. Okay, and I drop it. So it's telling me that total is 0. Okay, so now for each of the day, and I can do this for all the weekdays. So they say this we have done here. And if you permit me, I'll just copy it and drop it all of here. When I drop it, if I right click here, it shows me that this is also copied. It's the same thing. Then I will repeat it here. Using system is all about speed and accuracy. So I copy it. It had that sound because I didn't copy what I was trying to paste. So the system reacted. So if I right click, it shows me what I've copied. All right. So I also copy this, put it on Thursday. You know, this is Thursday. Then move to Friday. Move it to Friday. If you right click, you see what you have done so far. Okay. Now this is the total of the week, and we want to get the summation for all of them. This is the grand total. That's where we want the grand total to be. I highlighted and made it bold. Okay, so the next thing I just need to do is to find the summation for each of the week. Monday, I'll make sure it enters here. Tuesday, I'll make sure it reports here. Wednesday, I'll make sure it reports here. Thursday, all of them will report that way. And then we also do the summation for this one. So we can put equal to sum, open a bracket. This is B2 through B6. B2, then full column through B6. Right? You close the bracket. It's highlighting that space to show you that has been selected. Now, even before entering my data, I'm trying to form this format so that once I start entering figures for inflow for each of the weeks, it will be reporting in the total week direct. So for Monday, what I need to do is to put equal sign. Now, I'm here on Monday. I click on Monday. I put equal sign. All right, what value do I want on Monday? On that Monday here, on the total sheet, I will move to Monday here and click this Monday and click this total and enter. So the system has given me 0 here, but it's recognizing that this 0 is coming from Monday B12. So any value that reports in Monday B12 will show here. Okay, let's do it for Tuesday. All right, I put equal sign here. And what do I want to enter there? I want this thing to be equal to the total of Tuesday. So I've clicked Tuesday and enter there. I just highlighted it. Once it's dancing, I click enter key. It will report here. All right. Then Wednesday, the same thing. I'll put equal sign. This Wednesday should be equal to, I click on sheet Wednesday, and then the total for Wednesday, and then enter key. Thursday, the same thing, equal to, I'll click on Thursday. Okay. Then the total of Thursday should report there. Friday, the same thing. All right, so that weekday, Friday, I'll put equal to, and then Friday, the total will report there. So that gives me the grand total. So let's enter Monday and see if this will happen for Monday alone. So here we click on Monday. Now, remember I treated how to generate a random number on the first one, except for beginners. If you have not seen it, please go there so you won't ask me that question on the comment box. But if you have any other concern, you can drop it on the comment box. If you don't have any concern, why not just say, thank you, I learned something. That will be appreciated, okay? Thank you. So let's quickly continue. Now, for Monday, how to generate random number, because I want it to be between 100 and then $1,000. That's how much we are making from each of our centers. I click equal to here, and then I click R. Okay, before I even do that, let's just pick type anything randomly. Let's say we had on Monday on center 1 got 100. Okay, the total has appeared here. Center 2 got 200. The total has appeared here, giving us cumulative total now. Then center 3 got 400. Okay, 300. Let's follow that order. All right, the total has appeared. Then center 4 got what? 400. You're intelligent. You're really saying it before me. Then center 5, 500. This is assumption, okay? Center 6, 600. You see how it's adding there? Center 7 is how much? 700. You're intelligent. Thank you. You are too much. You know, center 8 is what? 800. Center 9 is 900. And center 10 is 1,000. Beautiful. And that has given us $5,500. Now let's go to our weekday and see if this total has reported here. Beautiful. It has reported together with our grand total. Can you see? So this is not a rocket science because we have connected the sheet. Okay, so you want me to enter for Tuesday. Okay, let me enter for Tuesday. Which figure do you prefer for Tuesday? All right, can I do that random generation now? To generate randomly, all right, I enter equal to, then round between. I come here, double click on this round between, and I want it to fall between 100, comma, and 1,000. I'll close the comma. The system will randomly generate figure for me. Now, but this random number remains, okay, this random number remains random because each time I click on it, it will change. I'll need to make it static at a point. So let me do this. You see, it has changed to 500. Okay, so permit me to copy this formula to all the remaining part of the week. So when I drag it, it becomes easier for us to get our total. All right. So that is random number formula I'm pasting there. All the total it has given us so far will appear here. Okay. Now, so let's fill it up. This random number, let's drag it up to center 10. And then it say this is 5,243. But this, if I click anything here, it will still change. So let me make it static so it won't be changing again. I'll copy and then click as value. You see, I just right clicked. Control C is copy. Then I click on paste and click on paste as value. So it becomes static. Now this can no longer change. It's no longer, see where we have the formula here, function is now showing me the actual value. So this is the actual value we have here. If we go to this total here, you see this value will not change anymore. So let's do that's for Tuesday. Wednesday, we drag this random number we generated down to get whatever we needed to get there. All right. So to make it static, when I click any of them, it's showing us formula here to show that this is is say random because the formula is still active. If I click enter on it, it will change the whole values. Okay. Now this random number, if you look at the other video, you see where I explained it very, very well. So I will copy this random number. Control C is copy. Then I still paste on the same number. Paste as value. So this has become static, and this 7,000 $5,737 will appear on our total here. Okay, I'm sure it's something you can do now. If you are following me, can you pick your Excel and practice this and drop a comment for me there on the comment box? Your comment means a lot to me. If you don't, maybe you don't appreciate what I'm doing here. I'm actually a social entrepreneur who believes in adding value to people's time when they come on social media. All right, so I have copied, and then I want to paste as value. I can right click here and select this. Some of them will show you paste as value, but here you see the figure is no longer function. I'll click OK. This has become static. 4,950. If you go to total, that's what we have there. So let's do the last one and cap it up there. All right, so this is the total here. I right click, Control C, copy, and then I'm paste as value. I right click on it and paste as value. This has become static, $4,963, and that has become the total here. So this is basically how you can add different sheets together to get what you need to get. Okay, for Monday, I showed you how to do all of this, and then you're able to get the total. And then for Tuesday, for Wednesday, for Thursday, for Friday, for the total, how to get that. You can actually do this using a typical balance sheet, but I will not do it here. You know, this is a typical balance sheet, okay? All right, this is a typical balance sheet, and this could be for a particular year. Say year 2000. You know, that's the assignment I'm actually giving you in case you're interested in doing it. Year 2000 and 2000 and what? Year 2020. All right. Then year 2021. Right click, year 2022. Year 2023. Year 2024, and then this is total. What has happened in the last years? Total of 2020 to 2024, right? So this is actually a typical balance sheet, but I just showed only the asset part. All right, so I can copy this, and in that case, I will quickly change the year here. I'll copy this and paste in each of the year. Okay, if I double click on this, it gives enough space. Then I'll paste here, I'll paste here, and then I'll also paste here. All right, for all the periods in question. And then the values can be added there, and here I will design something to harvest the total. That is the assignment I'm keeping with you. Or you can do your own format and generate something beautiful. Thank you very much for spending this time with me on this channel. You can also subscribe if you have not, or share with other friends who will find value in this particular training. I wish you the very, very best. I'm sure accounting students will appreciate this particular balance sheet, you know, we are trying to do here. But actually, anybody in any sector, in any discipline, can apply this I have shared with us, how to basically link up different sheets to get the summation of what you are doing. Those in engineering, for instance, this can be, the cost of first story, the cost of second story, third story, fourth story, and then the grand total of the cost. All right, so it can be applied in different disciplines. So thank you very much. I want to stop here. God bless you so good. Cheers.